I want to welcome and thank them for being patient because we couldn't do this yesterday. We've got from Spectrum Laboratories, Jason Weissbrod, and we also have joining us Aloni Schorin. Together, they are the authors of a screenplay that is now a short film called Boys Don't Wear Dresses. It's wonderful. I loved it, and you know me, I'm going to tell you how I feel about things. I absolutely loved it. There's Jason joining us. Hello, Jason. And Aloni, is Aloni there? Can we get you to start your camera?
I'm using my mom's, so I don't know how.
Oh dear. So do you see the little at the bottom of your screen there? It says or start video. Click the start video.
I can.
And while Alani's doing that, here we go. Aloni, hello, you made it.
Mom's name.
That's all right. We'll ignore that. But welcome, you guys. So I was just saying that together, you guys are the writer of this amazing screenplay that is now a short film. And you guys made the film together. The film is called Boys Don't Wear Dresses. Look at that beautiful dress in the background back there. And right now, people can watch the film because it's part of a film festival. So Jason and Aloni, take this away. Tell them about where they can be watching it.
Right now, you can go to filmpride.org, and it's in England. It's a film festival in Sussex, the Sussex region in England. It's one of I think it's the second or third, so huge Pride festival in England, and it goes all month. But for right now, for the last 2 weeks of the month, they do a festival, the Film Pride Festival, and it's a showcase of so many amazing movies. I'm so amazed that we're a part of it. I've watched a ton of the movies. So not only can you see Boys Don't Wear Dresses at filmpride.org, but you can watch a whole bunch of LGBTQ+ movies and stories that are just phenomenally moving and great. And so that's our second film festival we've gotten into. We're up to 6 now.
Wow.
Which is pretty amazing. So we have 2 festivals next month we're in. We got one in October, and then one to be decided if they haven't decided yet. So we're still getting news, and we're on the film festival circuit. Yeah.
Amazing. So maybe you guys could talk a little bit about how this film came to be. What was the inspiration to make this? Because it's wonderful. And maybe before we get to that, maybe we should do the elevator pitch of what's the film about.
I'll do the elevator pitch, and then Aloni, you can maybe talk about the inspiration because it's inspired by your journey. The elevator pitch, I would say, is a family-friendly story about an autistic transgender individual exploring independence while struggling with their sexual identity.
I love that. And I think that that's a really accurate depiction. I would just say to people, it's a beautiful story, and it's funny, it's tender, it's sweet. If it doesn't bring a tear to your eye at one point or make you laugh, then check your pulse. Because I'm welling up thinking about it. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and I think it's an important film for our time and for our community to see. And I love what you said about it being family friendly. It absolutely.
That's in big part due to Aloni coming to me and talking about how a lot of the stories and stuff we would see in the LGBTQ+ community, and even in the autism community, a lot of the movies and short films and things that were out there the subject is very taboo or controversial or dark or sometimes very, not feel good. And you can't watch it with kids. It's not like stories for kids who can learn about, the LGBTQ+ community or autism community in a family-friendly way. So it was Aloni's idea to center it around the fairy tale of Cinderella.
Yeah.
So it was really Cinderella was the inspiration, and then it just took off. Then we started putting animation in there. We got Tom Kenny in there, who's the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants. And it just started becoming, due to it being partly involved with Spectrum Laboratory, which is the nonprofit that I run, which is, we always try to do family-friendly type of entertainment for the autism community. So it's just this, we wanted to make a really feel-good, positive movie. And in this time, now more than ever, a good feel-good fairy tale fun story was super needed. So Aloni and I that was why we went with the family-friendly Cinderella fairy tale.
Love it. Love it.
The story. Yeah.
So Aloni, maybe you could tell us a little bit about, and I know you got something going on there, but we're able to see you pretty well. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about how this came about. Why did you and Jason decide to tell this particular story?
All right, there we go.
Well,
it's a big question.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a personal story for you, right?
Yeah.
And in this screenplay, we see this wonderful young man who has these feelings that are inside of him, that are important to him, that other people are telling him are not right. And we see some of the things. Is that how you felt as a young child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aloni, do you want to tell the inspiration of our story, the opening of our film? Aloni came to me and told this story that had to do with the opening of our film. You want to tell that? And that was kind of the inspiration of Boys Don't Wear Dresses. Do you remember that, Aloni?
If you said it, I'll just tell the rest.
Yeah, why don't you kind of say? I mean, Aloni came to me and wanted to write a story about what you were going through, right?
Right. And the interesting thing was that originally it would be me as a gay guy, but then as the time went on writing it, the more I came to be my true self.
That's amazing. And I have to say, Jason, that really speaks to the work that you do. See, I'm emotional about it, but it speaks to the work that you do at Spectrum Laboratories, because you have individuals who come in who are there to take a class, and you help them to express themselves as artists, and in doing so, to find themselves. I just don't think there's a higher calling, Jason. The work that you're doing with these young people is absolutely amazing. And for you to bring this to a place where you have a finished product, I'm just crying here, that you can share with the world. I know, watching this film, when we watched it as a family, and I said to my husband, this will change so many young people's lives, because they will have a context in which to understand their feelings. And if anybody is thinking that that autism and transgender have nothing to do with each other, you need to wake up. You just need to wake up, because, just like in the rest of the population, there are individuals in our community who are dealing with the feelings that we as a society have put on them, and telling them that they are not perfect the way that they are. And we need to, as the autism community, we need to get on board and embrace this. And I think that this film is a great entree to that. I'm so proud of you guys. I could just weep. Both of you.
Well, I mean, what you said really is exactly why Aloni and her parents, who are phenomenally loving and supportive and the best parents ever, Linda and Len, they really championed behind. It wouldn't have got done without their help. And Linda, Alani's mom, was always saying exactly what you said, which we need to start the conversation earlier, at a younger age. And that's why Aloni and I decided to go with a PG version of the film. So these conversations can happen. You can see a boy wearing a dress and it's not weird, or see another boy kiss a boy on the cheek, and that's not a crazy weird thing. And to start telling these stories and make them more accessible to everyone, and it's not a taboo subject anymore. And so if children who are struggling even with expressing themselves through autism or whatever it may be, the sexual identity is sometimes they can't even comprehend it. So maybe seeing a film like this, they might go, oh, I like that too, or something where it might be able to start. And that was Alani's parents were very much about getting, like, wouldn't you say, Alani? I mean, that was kind of a big reason we started this film, was your parents wanting to reach an audience to talk about this, right?
Yeah, and I do have an interesting story. I was remembering what she said inspired the film. When I was at, what's it called? Going to Club Med with my parents, I kept telling them, oh, I'm a girl, I'm a girl, I'm a girl, but it didn't really register. I mean, I knew. I didn't like register that they thought, oh, it's probably just a phase, but I mean, I knew, but it was kind of, I was like, I mean, they were supportive, which is good.
Yeah.
And one thing I just want to bring up, just because it's in my head, and if I don't say it,
No worries,
it fits in with what we're saying, is when Alani came to me to write this story, it was about an autistic gay individual. Right. And that's what Alani was saying earlier. And through the process of writing the movie, Alani started transitioning to, Alani was Steven when we started writing the movie. So it was very recent. So through the writing, I think Alani got the courage, and I don't want to speak for you, but you can, come out to our Spec Lab community as transgender. And the fascinating thing that's blowing my mind right now is we hired one of our staff members, who at the time was Jack, which I was like, I almost forgot, because now I'm so used to calling her Liv. She transitioned during the process of the film. And now, I don't know if you know this, Alani, but the other character who's in the dance with you, we hired as Wyatt, and is now going by Winnie. So the three people who are in this big dance number, all are transgender now, and two of them weren't out as transgender when we were filming the movie. And all three of you are now, coming out in the community and saying that you're all, transgender. And so I don't know it, but I think the movie obviously has had some kind of influence upon that. And so to me, it's very heartwarming. And for me and Alani, I don't know if you want to say anything about that, but I think that our whole motto is let your voice be heard, let us be heard. So once you actually let it out, once you actually come out and you feel comfortable to be your true self. And so that's why it's important to do art, to create, to do these things, because that gives your voice, lets your voice be heard. And I think, Alani, you've changed dramatically since we started writing this to who you are now, and it's beautiful to see.
It is beautiful to see. And can I tell you that I think that one of my favorite parts of the film is the relationship that the main character has with their good friend played by Spencer Hart.
Right.
I feel like the way that character is written and the way that Spencer portrays it is about, it's teaching the world about what love is and what acceptance is and how to be a friend. I think that that's one of the most powerful things, because I think a lot of people will watch the movie and go, okay, I need to open my eyes to acceptance and understanding more than I did before, but I don't know that they'll necessarily know how to. But Spencer's character gives us a roadmap. And it's from the most beautiful place of no artifice, and where you go, wow.
Pure innocence, yeah.
Yeah, pure innocence. And you go, if she can do that, I need to step up and I need to be more like that character and be pure love. So I just think that's as powerful as all the other messages in the film. Mm-hmm. So we're running out of time here because we have other guests today.
That was Alani's, Alani wanted Spencer from the beginning, right? Yeah.
And I will tell you this before we go.
Yes.
The interesting thing was that I actually was adopted at 10 months old. Yeah, and we thought, I was like, my dad, Jason, said, oh, we should have a cis mother. And I was like, we can go either way because I was adopted, so it wouldn't really matter.
Oh, he's talking about we got Alexandra Billings as to play the stepmom, which was huge, which is another, I mean, from Transparent and she does Wicked on, and that was a huge, amazing thing for us to actually have Alexandra Billings play the evil stepmom in it, which she's not really evil in this. Yeah, it's what I love is we did a little flip and a change on it to show.
Yeah.
Just
and then Carol Kane,
the autism mom side of things, which
right,
we wanted to represent that in the movie. Yeah.
And then you have Carol Kane narrating. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Carol Kane narrating. That was thanks to Jill Hart and Spencer, who are friends with Carol and pulled those strings. And Carol was like thrilled to be involved. She loved it. And I actually went out to New York and met her and did the recording with her. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. I mean,
it's a beautiful film, you guys. And in all the components, it's absolutely beautiful. And again, before we have to go, we have to tell them, because you can be watching it right now. Sometimes I talk to you guys about films and you can't, it's like it's coming to a film festival and you have to be in Austin to go to it. Not right now. Now you could be watching this film today.
For free too. It's
for
free. It's on filmpride.org. All you have to do is sign in and register. I will say, if you're watching and you sign and register, you're going to have to wait a little bit. They send you a code to get into the festival. So sign into filmpride.org, register for the film, you'll get a code. And then once you get the code, you can log in and watch any of the movies.
Okay, there you go.
And then also just stay up to date on speclabs.org, our website. You can contact us if we just started our fall classes online. So anybody around the world can jump in. We have students from all over the world now jumping into our classes online. So if you're interested in joining the Spectrum Laboratory world, you can visit speclabs.org.
They do amazing things, you guys.
Just hang out and say hi. And Aloni, I see, yes.
Yes, Alani's got something you want to add, yes.
They'll see this dress in the movie if they haven't, just so they know.
Wonderful. I wondered if that was, because I can't see it very well back there, but I wondered if
Cinderella dress, yeah.
And it's beautiful. And I just want to say to folks, if you are looking for something in the fall, we've been talking about distance learning and how we want to make the rest of our kiddos' lives more reinforcing. What's the youngest age you take, Jason, for Spec Labs?
Our youngest student was 8.
Okay, so 8 and up, if a lot of times you guys write and go, I don't know what my child's passion is. I don't know what they want to do. Have them take a Spec Labs class and let them see for themselves.
No matter what age you are. I mean, we have a 36-year-old right now. So really
there you
anybody who's interested in the arts, really.
Exactly. And I've seen, you've had people who join a band and I've seen people who become rappers out of your program. I've seen people who become animators come out of your program.
Yeah, we do a lot of film, music, and animation. Yeah.
So, and they become a part of an artist group that they'll find friends. So if you're worried about that social piece, I highly recommend Spec Labs. I think that you're both amazing. And Aloni, I just want to say to you, what a beautiful, beautiful story you have. And what a beautiful, beautiful film you did with Jason. I think it's already changed lives and it's going to change many more. So congratulations. I adore you both. And check this. I'm sorry?
Go be who you are, and it'll take time to come out. Whenever you guys all feel comfortable. If you don't, you don't.
There you go. Thank you so much for that message, because there's people who need to hear that. Jason, thank you for making a space for these young artists and nurturing them. It's important work you do. I don't tell you that enough, but it's super important. Adore you. Okay, now I'm all emotional, but thank you guys. I got to make room for Matt and Nava. Love you both. Bye bye.
Okay, cool. Say hi to Matt and Nava.
I will.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.